Now this is beer now. Woohoo! G'day guys, Beer Healer here, and welcome to the end of a absolutely sensational day down here in Hobart. Now look, if you like my videos, why not tag a friend in it, or if you really like them, perhaps you could share it with them all. That would really help me out, so thanks very much. As I said, a sensational evening down here tonight. I'm breaking my normal rule, don't drink on school night, but something special came my way today and I just had to do this beer video review. One tonight I am dedicating it to my mate Burnsy, who was injured just recently in a beer festival accident where you know, a very heavy bottle opener such as this one here fell on his calf. As you can see in the pictures there, it injured him quite badly, and he's recovering now. Now look, I do jest, but he actually was hurt in packing up a beer festival, so he's hoping that he has a speedy recovery, mate, and all the best to you. But why am I dedicating it to him tonight? Well, this is the new beer from Little Creatures, and I just got to say to the guys, thanks for the samples that I received today. I was much appreciated. They came from their new online craft beer marketplace, moku.com.au, so go and check it out. This is the second of their single batch releases. That is the VHA, which stands for the Very Hoppy Ale. Now, it's not a new beer style like an XPA or anything like that. It's just a pretty cool name they've come up with just to describe it. The last one of these VHAs was a double IPA, which was 7.7% and 60 IBUs. This one here is a little bit lighter on than that one. It's 6.5% and 45 IBUs, but still, you know, pretty much up there. Anyway, this is called the Shade Chaser Summer IPA, and it's a nod to my absolutely favourite style of beer, which is the West Coast IPA. So that means that this has got hops and plenty of it in there. So while we're talking about hops, I've got to say, Little Creatures must know a guy, because this has got Citra hops in there. And I remember talking to a brewer one time and him saying that, you know, unless you're a home brewer in Australia, just don't worry about getting Citra hops, because you just can't get them in enough quantity, because it's a massive hop in America at the moment. It's like kind of the latest thing, kind of like Galaxy is for us out here. And you know, I'm so glad that these guys, they got those hops in there, because this is all big and juicy up in this beer, and it's thanks to those Citra hops. You know, it reminds me of back in the late 90s when I went on that summer camping trip and picking oranges to make my way and pay my way, but sort of reminds me of that. Well, actually no, I'm bullshitting, but if I was a fruit picker picking oranges, this is what it would remind me of, because it just delicious and smells nice and tropical and citrusy. Look, speaking of summer, I found it quite interesting that these guys put out a new summer beer at this time of year when summer's just ending. Are they trying to make us stretch our summer drinking out for a little bit longer, or what? Because usually you put out a summer beer, you know, before the festive period starts, and you can make the most of all the festive summer drinking. But they've decided to do it on the other side of summer. But then I sort of thought about it. I thought, well, it's not just like Tassie where you only get summer for this very short time. You guys in the other more northern states get summer going on for a lot longer when you got some warm weather. But look, down here in Tassie, you can have a night like this where it's absolutely deliciously warm and all about summer, and the next day it can be autumn. You can go from having a hot night to puffer jackets like that. But let's get back to the beer. This beer is bloody delicious. Keep sipping on it. Oh. Look, it's a simple malt bill and not a massive one, only 2 malts in here. This beer is really all about the hops, which is how a West Coast IPA should be. I like the fact that it's a simple malt-based beer overlaid with the fruitiness coming through from the Citra, the EKG and the Cascade hops. And even though it's a little bit dark out here now, it just looks absolutely sensational in the glass, I reckon. Look, I mentioned those fruity aromas before, and they completely ring true, and this, just like any West Coast IPA should. It's just absolutely sensational. I think taste is nice and fruity, and tasting again probably not as bitter as I was expecting perhaps, but still at what was it, 45 IBUs, it's still there enough, and it's got a nice dry finish, and just, yeah, it's a delicious beer. How would I describe this beer on this beautiful summer evening down here in Hobart? Check it out behind me, it's absolutely awesome out here. I'll describe it as just what I needed tonight. How's that? Absolutely sensational. It's a nice thirst quenching beer, which is just what we need for these harsh Tasmanian summers down here. But look guys, find it when you can. Little Creatures single batch, VHA Shade Chaser IPA on moku.com.au or in all good bottle shops soon. Until we talk again, cheers to great beers.